reason you're afraid to be more seen is because you don't believe that you are quite enough. If you grew up as a hypervigilant child, you have probably also become a people pleaser as an adult. Now, this worked in your favor as a child because you learned that when you could perform correctly, when you could work out what people needed from you, when you could read between signs and invisible cues and the way someone says something and then kind of shapeshift yourself into the version that you think they're expecting you to be, you will then feel safe to belong and safe to be witnessed. So people pleasing is an incredibly powerful and clever mechanism that you developed in order to feel like it was just safe to be here, or safe to exist. The issue is that that's exhausting. It takes so much mental and emotional load on you, and it also leaves you feeling unfulfilled. You're probably someone who is great at first impressions. You feel absolutely fine meeting people for the first time because you're like, yes, I can nail it. I know how to read what people need and then become that thing. But you panic about meeting someone the second time, the third time, the fourth time, because you recognize you've got to consistently keep up this performance. And so when it comes to being more visible and growing your business, you are interacting with your business in the same way that you interacted with your environment as a child. You were trying to work out, how do I please everybody? How do I please these strangers on the internet? How do I work out who I need to become? Because that is the only way I've ever really learned that it's safe to be seen, by working out what other people need and then reverse engineering myself so that I become that thing. And now suddenly, this mechanism that helped you feel a temporary feeling of safety is now the very thing that you recognize you actually can't replicate when you're building your business. And this is why you procrastinate being more seen. This is why you constantly overthink what you're about to say. You want to say it perfectly. You don't want to get it wrong. You want to include as much context and nuance as possible so that it doesn't offend anyone, even if those people aren't who you're actually here to serve, who your product is for, who your business is for. So it feels like you've got this internal war going on between this people-pleasing survival mechanism that you learned as a hypervigilant child to make sure that it was always safe to be witnessed by others, versus this authentic desire that is here to speak to one specific group of people. And that is because no one actually taught you that it was safe to simply be yourself, that you weren't here to fulfill a role for other people. So I want you to start looking at marketing yourself and growing your business as this incredible, powerful, and healing opportunity for you to start untangling yourself from the need to be loved and approved by everyone in order to feel safe. Making rejection so safe to feel in your body that you start to allow yourself to speak directly to the person that you know you will receive the most energy exchange, the most value exchange from interacting with, instead of feeling like you are here to prove something to everyone and to change their mind that you are someone of value.